Hi everybody, MP Will Greaves coming to you with a quick message about something that happened in the House of Commons that the team and I are already getting some correspondence about and which I felt was worthwhile to address. A Conservative member of Parliament gave a statement in the House condemning political violence, supporting the rights to free speech and free expression, and calling attention to the political murder in the United States last week of far-right conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Most of my colleagues in the House of Commons from all parties stood and applauded after this statement. And some folks are wondering whether that means that Canadian members of Parliament agree with the many views that the late Mr. Kirk espoused, which at their very, very basic root undermine universal rights and dignity for all people, and in many ways undermined the very bonds of liberal democracy. I want to be very clear. The reason why we stood in response to the Conservative member's statement is because there is nothing more damaging to a free and open society than political violence, and there is no value, including values expressed in our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, more fundamental to our democratic system than the right to free expression. These are core Canadian values, and I am proud to stand in defense of them in the Parliament of Canada every day. No, that does not mean that we agree with the views of Mr. Kirk or other far-right conservative voices that similarly take advantage of these values to express their views, but it means that we must, in this time, stand united against those who would use violence and those ultimately who, as we have seen in our neighbor to the south, have taken a democratic political system to the breaking point. That's why I stood in the House of Commons, and that's why my colleagues stood in the House of Commons to say that in this country and in our democracy, we must be free to express ourselves, and we must always condemn the use of violence as a means of achieving our political goals. That's what I believe in, that's what I stand for, and that's what I will continue to fight for in the Parliament of Canada.